I made a video showing off things in Gopher and it was like 2 hours long, and I had to reword the entire script and there was audio issues, and so this video is a little more reliable, but I had to redub some parts. So let's just jump into it. Let's ask it a question. All right, what should my pre-master be peaking at in terms of loofs and also true peak values? And I bet you it knows. All right, waiting. Oh, here we go. And well, there you have it. And for the most part, it's accurate information. It'll still remind you to use your ears. It leaves the music up to you. But you could ask it something like, what is a good chord progression if I want to cry about heartbreak? And it reads sources. I don't think that's in the manual. But it still has it. All right, now let's create a template in Gopher. That's really where it shines. Gopher is session based and it learns within the context of that session, and it'll recognize the pattern of the naming. So it's pretty cool. You have to kind of limit how many you do at once. I think when I tried the first time, it stopped working around here. We're gonna do it. We're gonna stop here. And this is what it does. But like, I'll share this in the comments. Now, whoever doesn't have a template can just do this. You're welcome. You know, if somebody wants different colors, different routing. Look at this. It even does the routing all at once. It'll tell you what it did. It'll tell you if it couldn't do something. All right, we'll do the next batch of instructions here. I mean, this is like revolutionary, dude. It's so incredible. It's still working. Might get stuck here. Watch it route live. Give it a couple more seconds. Come on, don't make me look dumb. Look at that. Beautiful. So it takes a little bit to set up, but it's faster than setting it up yourself. Stopped after too many tool steps. So yeah, it broke at this point last time before. This is where it stopped at. All right, so all you have to do if you run into this problem is find the step that it stopped at. So we can see that it did color them. Route inserts 40 to 43. It stopped routing. All right, so let's select it from there, throw in a few extra steps, which we can do because we have the room for it now. So now it's doing the routing. If you want to reroute something later, it'll ask you to confirm your like permissions, extra permissions. Look at this. It's still routing. Like it hasn't broken yet. This is just incredible. So we're going to take the word bus out of, and then we're going to reroute all bus tracks. Put it in quotes so it looks for that word specifically, and just make it case sensitive, you know, just in case. I've applied your request as follows. Treated these as your bus inserts, so it keeps getting this correct. That's important. It knows context. Treated insert 0 master as a main master insert for each bus insert above. I have disabled the send. Still send to your imaging mid-sign chain inserts 5 and 6 or other buses as previously configured. They just no longer route directly to any insert named the master. For example, the main master. At first, it was trying to say it was only disabled from this master, this gray master, but now it's saying any insert named master. Okay, so it was only worried about the main master. That is fine. So we'll just kind of fix this on our own. So we'll just kind of type here, disable all bus inserts from insert 3. So we're just getting a little more specific for it. Also keeping the bus capital just in case. And then adding this word routing from. This could be a little too abstract for it, but let's find out. Off video, I disabled a couple of them on my own to see if it would confuse itself or tell me that they were already disabled, so it didn't need to do it. It looks like it. You know what? I missed it because I was watching the loading icon because I got mesmerized, and I didn't watch it do that live. So it left these alone, which it should have. Good job. And it fixed that. Okay, so it didn't confuse itself on the ones that it didn't need to fix. So that's good. Okay. All right, so now we're going to move on. That was our template builder, and that's how you can use Gopher to build a template. Now we're going to start adding in some plugins and routing them and doing some extra routing stuff through Gopher. It might not be able to handle it because the first step is already a lot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's incredible. This thing is incredible, right? I already know it's going to get this part wrong because there was a sampler channel up here. That sampler channel isn't going to get an instance of flex on it. So now I have 11 channels. So we cannot blame Gopher for getting this wrong. This is just a little quick error, but we'll just pretend in the instrument one, we'll just pretend that it's a flex instance, not a sampler channel, just for the sake of this exercise. And if you notice, it actually did also at the end route the channels to the instrument bus subgroup in the correct order. And this is groundbreaking workflow efficiency. So don't highlight anything in Gopher because that's a bug. When you highlight something in Gopher like that, you can highlight in your little text box here where it says ask questions here. But if you highlight something in Gopher, it breaks Gopher and I don't know how to like fix it. You can't click anything else. You can click this stuff, but within Gopher, you can't even click the scroll bar. That's unfortunate, but it did do this over here. And we're gonna reopen it. All right, we got this reopened. Rename inserts 18 to 27 based on their respectively respective channel. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my god. Respectively routed channels. Okay, now watch this, because the best part is that it does it instantly. All right, now we're gonna try to push the boundaries of what Gopher can do. Okay. I have a track 51. I don't have a track 51. Don't gaslight me. Don't gaslight me, Gopher. Okay. 65%. I know what 65% is. So I'll just show you guys. The negative 8.5 dB. So we'll just rename the command. Okay, just go down here. Instead of 65%, we'll do negative 8.5 dB. As a side note, because this is a post-video redub, I don't think I removed the percentage symbol and it still worked. So that's lucky. All right, so we'll go right ahead, do these commands in order. Colon, Jesus, where's the button? All right, colon, shift enter to create a new line, paste, and then basically, because we just asked it the same question twice and we clarified the only thing it was confused on, we'll just approve this button and it will do it correctly this time, which is such a life hack. And as we can see here, it's doing exactly what we asked it to do. Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? So now it's all about the way you script your Gopher. Look at that. Incredible. Incredible. Now, the reason I did this is to leave me room for automation. Now I can lower the volume if I want. I can raise the volume if I want. And then I can do further mix down techniques over here. And we can assume that it'll control these the same way. So like pan channel to 50%. And there it is. It can do this, recolor the channels based on their respectively routed inserts, and it should color them some kind of blue. Just give it some time. Oh, I have to approve it. Just watch it over here. Wait, their mixer inserts default color scheme. So we'll actually do this, change color. We'll copy paste this color. We can edit this command, recolor the channels. I've had it work the way I just typed, but sometimes Gopher is a little fussy. Well, that's a different color than I thought. Maybe it's the color up on the mixer number. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to load third-party plugins. It said it could. But let's see, premaster, add an add an effect, KHS limiter on insert 4 in slot 10. Let's see if that works. It's probably not going to do it. I'm going to already place all my bets. I'm all in. It's not going to do it. And it says that it did it, but it didn't do it. So we're just going to try this one. Add an effect fruity limiter in on the same thing on insert 4 in slot 10. And I know for a fact this will work. Yeah, there it is. And it says it can add third-party plugins. It says as long as it's listed over here in the plugin database, or if as long as it's listed in this menu, that it could do that. But it has not added a third-party plugin successfully yet in multiple attempts of trying. Insert 4 slot 10. You can't put two different effects on a single slot. You know, not without Patcher. Yo, Gopher is gaslighting me hard right here. You're on a different project than the one that was open. Buddy, you're on camera. Insert 5 in your view is actually a different number insert. Still gaslighting me. Wait, the mixer layout zoom is hiding some slots and you're effectively looking at another row? Bro, what? I see it. Hello? So, I guess the first thing we have to worry about from AI is it trying to gaslight us. So you're on your own for third-party plugins, but for stock plugins, it'll work, as we saw with the fruity limiter. All right, now let's check this out. Let's get a little extra specific. Okay, so we're gonna open an instance of fruity limiter on all bus inserts, specifically only bus inserts, and slot 10. So now we have two specific commands, and it has to search and compare and get it right. Oh my god, that was ridiculous. That was so fast, dude. So when it works, it works. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's pretty much all the template stuff. Now let's get into actually making a song or fixing problems or whatever. So here we're going to type, my synth has a resonance peak that sounds like a blown bottle. I want to reduce it. It says allow review of project state. I don't know if it actually reads anything in terms of like this specific scenario. Yeah, it's just, yeah. So if you do have a synth up, I don't think it actually like because it has told me that it cannot read or like listen to audio, so it can't even get like input information from an EQ or an analyzer. But it still gives really good general information and advice, and it just knows things that you wouldn't expect. Like it almost has the power of the internet just built in, and that's pretty cool. All right, before we get distracted or go off on a tangent, we're gonna figure out a way to test this for real. So here we're just opening up some chords. But we're gonna intentionally create a resonance, and here you can look at the EQ, and right here in the middle you have an even spread of heat, and then on the sides it trails off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just create a nice resonance peak, and then we're gonna move this up so we can add an EQ after. And then when you enable the heat map, oh, where's my problem frequency? Oh, look at that. That's so much brighter than the rest. That's right in the middle. Gopher is not going to be able to scan and detect this frequency and tell you exactly what hertz to cut. It's still all on you and your ears and your experience and your training. But you think Gopher is nice just because I'm talking shit? Nah, it's going to come back even stronger. Check this out. Alright, so I forgot that I broke Gopher, but we're back. But we're gonna do this parametric EQ2 that's on slot 7. We're gonna copy paste it. Okay, so insert 18 has a fruity parametric EQ2 on slot 7. Place a new one in slot 8. Take the settings from the first EQ and apply the inverted settings to the new one. So let's see if this works. It's gonna blow your mind if it works. It's gonna blow my mind if it works. I have a slight feeling it's not gonna work. It's a little complex of a function. Alright, so it looks like it added an EQ, but it didn't do what we asked, and it's giving me a bunch of BS. It's back to the gaslighting. Let's ignore the first paragraph. I don't know what any of that means. Don't care. It's saying right now it's only scanning bands 1 through 4, but I asked it to change band 5. So maybe if we get a little more specific, it could work. Alright, so let's see. Invert. No. All right, copy the properties of band 5 on the first one and invert the values for the second one. All right, so copy the properties of band 5 on the first one and invert. Okay, so it looked like it inverted the gain, but it didn't invert, or it didn't copy over the Q value, so it's not a perfect inversion. So you know what? Let's help Gopher help itself. We're gonna get more specific. Match the Q values. Now, in a second, oh my God, no way. Boom. So it's that simple. So just like people say you have to AI prompt Suno, which is complete BS for something of that nature, for something of this nature where it's actual, like, objectively, like, quantifiable functionality, you definitely have to command it properly. But look at that. It's not on the exact frequency, but we'll get around to fixing that in a second. We're gonna see if it can do something though. We're gonna match frequency value of and because of context, until I start talking about a different plugin, Gopher will assume I'm still talking about these same two plugins. Another thing Gopher can do is I'm going to open up an instance of Reverb. So first off, I'm just going to ask it general advice. So I'm typing, give me good hall reverb settings according to Fruity Reverb 2's parameters. I'm going to give it some information here. So the genre is ambient and the BPM is 140. So that way it can give time specific settings if it needs to set it based on like mathematical, like millisecond perfection. And now what's even cooler is I don't feel like reading all that. So I'm going to have Homie do it for me. Set the parameters for the reverb. Jesus Christ, I cannot type. Set the parameters for the reverb 2 on oh my god, what am I doing? Chat, help. On insert 1. Oh, insert 18 in slot 1. Based on all of your suggestions. Now it's gonna control every single knob. This reverb. It might ask me for permission first. Look at it. 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 Alright, so it turned that wet up to 100% or whatever the maximum is. It's assuming that this is on ascend, which is fine because you're supposed to put it on ascend. Look at the bottom. If this is on ascend, you're set. If it's on a direct insert, you may want me to bring the dry level up and wet level down for a blend. So sure, why not? I'll ask it to do a blend. So it's faster to do something outside of Gopher if you're doing it one at a time. Like here, why would I type into Gopher rename this vocal effect when I literally just did it here? And then I would have to wait for Gopher to ask me permission to read the project and then to apply the change. But if I wanted to do multiple at once, I can type rename inserts 51 through 60, vocal effects 1 through 10. It might literally label them all 1 through 10. But I underestimated this thing. And so that's an instance where it would be faster to use Gopher for your workflow. Alright, here we're going to revisit this pad and we're going to ask it to change a parameter. Because it's a stock plugin, it should be able to do it. So we're going to set the phaser 1 parameter. Hopefully it can differentiate between the two of them inside channel 1 to 50%. So this is specifically the flex on channel 1. If these chords were on a different channel, like insert 4, you would say channel 4 and it would do it. So this is just groundbreaking stuff. I want to see if it can do one last thing. Open 10 instances of Soundgoodizer on the pre-master bus And you know what, just for ha-has, we'll pick preset D for all of them. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, we lost restream. It wasn't able to pick the preset, but let's try setting all of the knobs to 100%. It's trying. Oh, it can't do that either. Probably because this is kind of like a patcher preset, or like it controls multiple things at once. But I don't know, that's weird that it wouldn't be able to do that. So we're gonna try this. Replace all of the sound goodizers with a fruity compressor and turn all the gain knobs up by +1 dB. So let's see if it can do effective overwrites. I mean, loading the plugin is one thing, but an extra control on top of it that we know that it should be able to control. Jesus, that erased fast, huh? Oh yeah, and here it goes, baby. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 4 more. Let's get them. That's 1, 2. We need 2 more. We need 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. That's the one we needed. Okay, what's up next? I moved these around. They're probably not in order. Oh, it's turning them all up by 3 dB instead of 1 dB. But as long as it turns every knob, I'm gonna lose my mind. I lost my mind. It just gaslit me again, dude, to the max. Don't tell me you did it by +1 dB and I'm looking at it. It's 3 dB, dude. I don't know. Maybe the gain knob isn't like a true value like dB. Maybe it's an RMS value or like a fast value. I don't know, man, but that's weird. We'll give it a second chance though. Turn down those gain knobs by 0.5 dB. Negative 0.5 dB, because we don't want to take chances. Let's see if they read 2.5. Yeah, so it just got confused probably because we gave it 2 commands at once. But it's lowering them all to 2.5 dB. And that's just incredible. So if you guys want to go ahead and start building your templates, like, here you go. That's it. That's Gopher for you. That's a long ass tutorial. I'm so sorry. See ya.